Alright, folks, welcome back. Cool. So, we've, in the last, I think, an hour and 45 minutes, managed to model the entire hand and wrist from scratch, and it turned out pretty well. Actually, we managed to do that in much shorter time than before, so that's a huge improvement. And what I think we can do now is get the retopology finished up. Okay, so what do we got going on here? Uh, we did something here. Okay, before I do the fingers, I want to resolve, well, this sort of shenanigans. Okay, let's get strokes. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think I should connect this here. No, really? It's too stupid. Come on. You know exactly what I want. Okay, now there's a shortcut. There's a shortcut that we can use to quickly select quick B. Okay. Okay. Did that merge? It did not. Okay. All right, what do we got going on here? Okay, I did not tell you to merge. You dumb shit. Get back. Oh my god. This thing is actually stupid. Or I don't know how to wield it. Go. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it. That's not gonna work. Unless I lead it sideways somehow, but I got nothing. Let's see if we can do this. No, that's just gonna result in additional. Screw it. Whatever. Okay, but this might be a problem. leads all the way around. Jeez. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. What can we do here? Okay. We are definitely going to have to relax the living crap out of that. And then this whole thing. Okay, need to adjust that. That doesn't go around? No, it does not. Okay, fair enough. Huh. That actually looks terrible. Let's see if we can relax this. Okay, can we just get rid of the face? I don't want to dissolve, I want to get rid. There we go. Whew, okay. So, here's what we're gonna do. Oh, this is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not interesting at all. Never mind. Hmm. You know what? Before we can actually merge this face, we need to introduce a cut right here that's gonna go through the middle of the palm. Or in between the webbings. In between the fingers. Like this. And we can relax those edges. gonna bring that closer there. So we can merge this one face. But that only gives me two faces here. Okay, it's a little tough to notice it, but technically the pattern is there. Here, I need to also have something for the webbing. Okay, this one. Whew. Yeah, no, that doesn't help. Okay, so that gets rid of one triangle there at least. Okay, to be honest, I'm just throwing all caution to the wind. We're gonna take a look at how the hand looks in the engine, because you know what? If it looks fine, then a triangle is okay. It's not a big deal. Hey. Okay, what do we got going on here? We got some shenanigans going on here. Whew, okay. That's a bit unfortunate. How are you? I'm doing pretty good, thank you very much. What about yourself? How are you going to be spending this Friday? Slash spent this Friday already? Depending on your time zone. Well, and now we're back here. You know what? That's fine. Made in gaming Godot. Nice. That's what I like to see. More folks making games in Godot. Alright. Your Friday has 18 minutes left. Oh, well, I mean, the good news about that is that what follows is a Saturday, which is even better than Friday. What are you doing now? I want to add the first person hands to my Sublunaris Subnautica-like game. And in order to do that, I need to actually make the hand. And what I'm doing right now is retopologizing. I don't know what happened here. There we go. So I made a high resolution sculpt, and now I'm just turning that high res sculpt into a low res version that will have all the detail, but none of the poly count. So, you know, busy. I've spent enough time working on the VR side of the game that I kind of need to take care of this side now. Ooh, come on. There we go, and sure. It's going to be such a small triangle that I don't think anybody will even know that it's there. That will not work, however. Okay, let's get patches. No, not patches. Okay, hold on. There's a trick we can use. Let's see. Nope. Sort of. It kind of worked. It's not what I wanted to do, though. You think Godot can be used for professional games? Of course it can. Of course it can. You just have to take the time to learns the ins and outs. Godot can do pretty much anything any of the alternative AAA engines can do. You just need to put the proper time into your project. You know, a game you make on a weekend is never really gonna look as good as a game made over the course of 3 years, no matter what engine you use it. I think this approach might actually work. But graphic, I think it was a little bad. It's only bad if you don't put enough time into it. Like, you know, there's people who start working on Unreal Engine, but you don't see them making, you know, Batman Arkham level games. That's because there's only so much you can do by yourself. Given long enough time frame, I'm sure you can achieve some really amazing stuff in Unreal. It's just a matter of time and effort. A lot of starting developers really struggle with that idea that the quality of the game comes from how much effort you put into it. And of course, you know, your effort has to be backed up by adequate skill. You know, if you can't model worth of anything, you're not going to be able to produce the quality. Okay, there we go. Nice. Okay, so now we just need to patch this little guy up. And also the additional vertices here actually do help with bending. Okay. Mm-hmm. The Godot's defaults are set to quite low. That is true. It's the starting point is very, very bare bone. It's up to you to, you know, learn how to use things like reflection probes, right? How to set up proper screen space, occlusion, or screen space reflection, screen space, um, how to get refraction, ambient occlusion, all that stuff. So you know, it's you kind of have to learn how to properly use a tool because you can, you know, it's a tool. You can buy yourself Amazon chisels and still make works of art with it. You just have to learn how to use it. I don't think I'm helping it out by comparing it to Amazon chisels. I'm gonna start with analogies now. Okay, that's not good. When will be premiere of your game? I am working on multiple concurrent games, depending on just general state of inspiration. So it'll come whenever it'll come. You know, I'm here for the journey. Oh man. Hmm. Okay. I may or may not have to move it in proportion. 1 inch? Nope, I'll be publishing it on Steam. Oh, hey. Hmm. This looks interesting. Hold on a sec. And if I then do this... Ah, I think that worked. Yep, nice. All right. Now, we still have a few triangles that we had to use, but it worked out in the end. I think that's perfectly fine. Can you test my game? A little busy right now. I'm sure other streamers will be able to take a look at it, but usually when you come up on the stream and you see somebody working, they're going to be kind of busy working. Huh. Okay. Cool. All right. I think this is perfectly fine. Oh, what's this? What goes on in here? Oh. Okay, let's just do that. Actually. Yeah, let's do that. Sure. There we go. All right. You know, I think I see an opportunity to make a nice cut. Okay. All that's really done is just subdivided the triangle that was already there. So that was kind of pointless. All right, that's fine. There's no point in hyper optimizing an inherently triangle ridden mesh. So I think this will do. Plus, we are really zoomed in on what is supposed to be an FPS model. Do you make any tutorials for Godot? Bottom left corner is a link to my website, which is where I take all the mechanics that I end up developing that go through multiple iterations between my projects, and I just make tutorials around them. And this usually includes stuff like inventory systems, interaction systems, dialogue systems, stuff that's pretty much in just about every game nowadays. And these are systems that kind of went through the iterative process of me making and remaking them between multiple projects, and kind of working out all the kinks, all the optimizations, making it more or less behave well. Okay, average face length, face angles. Cool. All right. Can we do this? No, we're probably better not. Okay, cool. Let's exit, save it up. And now realistically, we have the hand. If I were to mirror it, yes, let's mirror it. Or actually, let's not. Let's retop a flow. It's got a displacement modifier here. Interesting. Duplicate. Control M on the x-axis. Now, there's a mirror modifier, but there's nothing in it. Fair enough. Let's shade smooth. Let's actually apply the modifier. Convert to mesh. Convert to mesh. Ooh, that's multi-res. Hold on a sec. That's arm. Which arm, though? That's the high poly arm. Yes. Okay, now I'm gonna take this version, which is the other hand, and we need to enter retop a flow again for this one, because we need to readjust all of the loops to account for the different changes in this particular arm. Okay, so we'll take loops. There we go. You can see that it snaps to the unique shape of this geometry. Man, maybe my computer is getting old. This is kind of hard to work with. Which kind of makes me think that maybe for anything that has to do with like 3D modeling and texturing, I can set up a secondary computer that has pretty much everything I need. Well, that low poly hand is actually inside out. Or the high poly. That's not good. Hold on a second. Oh, yes. Okay. Let's do mesh, normals, flip. Now, hopefully, that's not going to mess up the retopo. It might actually just do that. Oh, no, seems to be the same. Will be animations for hands? Yes. I've done enough games where it's just the item that the player's holding is just floating to the side. I'm kind of done with that. Oh, this doesn't seem to match up. Why is that the case? It seems to be starting at the same place. $121. Okay, and then here. 122. Can we do something about this? I don't know what happened. Maybe the mirroring was done across the center object rather than the center of the scene. It's a little weird. Actually, hold on. Let me double check if I have, if I were to mirror the palm. Okay, there's the palm. And then we'll tell it to mirror on the x-axis. Oh. Okay. That explains it. It is mirrored on the x-axis, but it's mirrored across the cube. And the cube is invisible. Is that really a problem, though? I go sleep by. Sounds good. Ah, right. It would be helpful if it was actually enabled. Okay, so that looks good from that front. That looks good. So I suppose it's the arm itself that is not quite lined up. You'll just move it back. Okay. Woo. Okay. It's really chuggy. Okay, I am not entirely sure what's happening here. Oh, okay, that is like super messed up. Okay, let me double check something. So if I were to select all of these and then dissolve edges, it's going to give me this shape again, which is good. That's relatively speaking, that's the shape we want. Let's dissolve these ones as well. Okay, now go from the top view, grab contours. Let's cut a straight line. Okay. But it doesn't seem to snap to the geometry. Okay, that is weird. Maybe it's because it's a mirror mode. Mirror mode item. I don't think it is. Let's see. The hand, we could just, you know, hide it. But this, it's a multi-res item. That could be it. Okay, let me double check this. So here we have high poly. This is arm left high poly merged. We're going to convert to mesh. Oh, maybe it's because the multi-resolution display was set to like 2 instead of 4 or whatever the heck the value is. Okay, so let me try this. Just gonna mirror it. And let's get back to the low poly. Oh. Right. We don't need that. It's a little sketchy, a little iffy. But we'll see. I'm not sure what's happening with the with that crease over there. I think inverting the object might have screwed it up. It might have actually been exactly that. Hold on a sec. Let me take this object, destroy it. We still have this one. Now I'm gonna go enter it. I'm gonna reverse the normal so they're back to being like this. And it looks like that thing is still there, so that didn't really help. Whoops. There we go. Well, okay. Fair enough. It is what it is. I'm still gonna see if I can get this converted to mesh. Arm left high merged. Okay, and then we go back here. Edit active. Come on now. Cool. All right, let's see. Are you gonna behave? Not entirely. You know, let me try this. Let's exit out of here. We're just gonna enter edit mode. And I'm gonna scale. No proportional editing. Scale to 0. And then here, scale to 0. So now we have a simple transition. Okay. I'm still gonna have to go into that crease there and fix it up. It's not good. Okay. So, this should be pretty straightforward. In theory. In practice, it does that. Man. Now this I do not understand. Oh, we do have scale messed up. Maybe that's why. Because the scale here is like, oof, all sorts of messed up. So let's apply scale, let's apply rotation. This, apply scale, apply rotation. And then, okay. Let's try this now. Okay. Can we select the loop? Yes, no? What's happening? Am I in the right object? I am in the right object. Is it facing the right direction? It is not facing the right direction. Okay. Which makes sense that it would do that because we did apply scale, and that causes the normals to get flipped if we had at any point in time mirrored the object. Hey, there we go. Let's go loops. It still doesn't want to work. Okay, let's try this. I'm going to select the entire face set. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that doesn't want to work. Polystrips. Okay, is it me or is the more we're working with it, the more broken it's starting to get? This is a little concerning. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. We're going to delete edges. Nope, delete. Okay. There we go. All right. Oh, well, that's cheating. Okay, we're going with the nuclear option. Why are you being a bitch? Your top of flow. You are quickly falling from my graces. Okay. So So let me first figure out what's happening here. So if I take strokes, or I guess contours, and then we're going to do one here, it does one correctly. And then we do one here, and it does it incorrectly. Maybe the jump is too big. There we go. Okay. Okay. The biggest pain in the ass is going to be connecting all these things together. Oh, come on. Really? Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Yeah, bitch. Okay, what do we do here? Definitely not having a good time having a good time. Oof. Alrighty. Playing with auto retopology tool. I've seen some auto retopology tools. They're good for most case scenarios, but you know, I'm doing humans. Humans are more complex because apparently, especially when you're doing retopology of faces and hands, the retopology has to flow with the general anatomy of the muscles. So anywhere the muscles have creases, the retopology has to have creases, because then the character mesh is going to bend naturally, like it would really do so in the on the human. Okay, I think it's fine if we have a triangle here, because this is not really a major bending point. Can maybe give you a good starting point. I mean, Retapo Flow gives me a good starting point, right? Who knows? Post it anyway, so we'll take a look at it. Thing that pisses me off here is that we were fast track on finally having it be done, and then, you know, Retapo Flow throws me a curveball. Be like, nope, I don't want to retopologize this. I don't feel like it. Yo, man, leave me alone. Now I have to do this shit. I'm kind of stuck using the same technique over and over again, because I don't know any other ones. No. Can decrease the number of cuts. Jeez. In hindsight, probably would have been easier if I just fixed the weird topology here in just regular Blender view. Probably would have been faster than deleting all the faces and then dealing with this. There we go. What the shit happened here? Hey, come on now. There we go. Let's relax. As long as it doesn't do that. All right. Oh, well, that's interesting. Ooh, no. Go back. Yeah, I gotta say, the lag doesn't help. Not one bit. Cool. I think we're done. Exit. Fantastic. Okay. So, the next step would be to unwrap and then we can bake with substance. So give me 1 second, maybe like 5-ish minutes. I'll be right back. I'll leave the stream running. All right, and we're back. So we have our low poly, right? We have our high poly. We need to bake one onto the other. Now, to be able to do this, I'm going to move this to a collection. Low poly hands. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is unwrap, because we got to have some space to bake the stuff on. Hand right. Hand left. Are the thumbs on the right place? Hopefully. I think so. Okay. Arm left, merged. We don't need the merged ones, technically. Because I don't think the merger was actually the culprit behind the weird arrangement. But let's get arm right. We're gonna do high, and then arm left, high, because Substance Painter is gonna be looking for the file or the mesh names. So this has to be underscore low. This has to be underscore low. Okay. And the fabric folds, or the whatever the hell this material is, the folds are a little bit different. So, palm, camera, cube, all that stuff we don't need. Beautiful. Oh yes, we're probably gonna need this. So let's put that into the high poly. Oh, that might actually be a problem, because our low poly has the hands combined, and our high poly has the hands separated. Actually, you know what? I don't think we need to make it be based on name, because the left hand's on the left, right hand on the right, nothing's crisscrossing, so they're not going to be cross-baking into each other. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay, cool. Let's get this stuff unwrapped. So first of all, I want to make sure that we have clear islands. So mark seam on the wrist. Separate the fingers, the fingies. Nah, okay. I'm gonna have to do it this way. I have to do it the old-fashioned way. By hand. By finger. What the shit is this? That's a weird cut. I'm gonna go right here, right along this palm cut. Hmm. Interesting. I suppose that's fine. We just need to redirect it. Oh, it's just some random edge. Okay. Unless it's not random and it was merged from something and I didn't notice. Alright. So I'm gonna need to make some cuts in between the webbings so that the whole palm can open up, unfold. I think that is pretty much what it is. Actually, no. Maybe we'll do it in between the fingers. The sad part is because we had to do some shenanigans with our hand. We are likely not going to be able to just copy paste. Actually, maybe we'll be able to copy paste the edges. We'll have to see. Okay, I don't want to place a cut where we can see it as a first person character. There we go. Now here, maybe that was actually a bad idea. Because this is the top half, which means we'll be able to see it. Cool. Maybe in that case, for the thumb, we can go here. Because, you know, if we're looking at it this way, FPS view, this way. Yeah, sure. This will be fine. I think this is not as critical. Let's cut this thing up. And then the final cut. There we go. Okay, so let's double check that. Okay, that looks about right. More or less. I think this is the thumb. It's not great. Okay. We'll see. We'll see how it textures. Cool. Well, that's one hand. Now we got to do the other one. Now, if it was a carbon copy, we could just carbon copy it. But that is unfortunately not the case. How did I manage to convince myself that this was only going to take a few hours? Okay, the camera's going to be, for the most part, above the thumb. Okay, that does not seem split. What are we forgetting? We are forgetting the one cut that would make it split. Yes. Although, why would we? Hold on a second. Why not split it at the smallest part? There we go. And what the hell is this? And of course it's the thumb. All right. Now before we went across, but now we're going to go like this. Let me double check something actually. What if we do this way? Well, that seems less distorted. It is an extra cut though. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. You know what? Fingertip wise, what if we were to just do this? You know, not stress out about where to place the cuts. Just do this. And then just let the fingertips be as they are. Sure. We'll see how the texture fares with it. Oh. Noise. Save it. And I believe shading smooth quite literally does nothing. Since we're going to be baking the high poly data onto the low poly, it's pretty much the normals of the high poly that are going to be, well, used entirely. Mark seam. Okay. The only sensible response I have to the whole endeavor with the hand here is that the more I do it, the better I become at it. And the faster I become at it, too. So, that's usually when despair sets in. And you're thinking, what the hell am I doing with my life? But then, before you know it, the whole thing is done. Okay, now 79%, 79.7, 79.8%. That's as good as it's going to get, I think. Okay. Substance. Come here, substance. So, while that is cooking up, we're going to export obj, assets, textures, substance, player hands. Okay, selections only. Bam. Now, high poly. Okay, let me just make sure. Whoa. Didn't want to do that. Shade smooth. Shade smooth. Shade smooth. Okay, this would be high poly. And there we go. All right. Substance. Oh, there you are. New project. We are going to Sublunaris. Assets, textures, player hands, low. Okay. Bake mesh maps. 2K. And then we're going to get PS hands high. And I don't think we have to do anything else. The hands are nice and far away. I did not click bake. There we go. Oh, there's those folds. And there are those seams. Okay. Alright, so we got a bit of a clip right there. I've seen this before. I think we need to reduce max front distance. Try that again. Yep, there we go. Now. Not bad. We got a bit of a whoopsie right there. Another one here. See if we can grow just a touch. Whew, all that work. What is it? 3.5 hours? High poly mesh, retopology, unwrapping. Yeah, there we go. The whoopsies are gone. Well, this is a little iffy, but that is, you know, out of our camera view, so I don't think we have to worry about that. Cool. Let's see about putting something together. Let's make a folder. So, arms. Let's get a pattern in place. Black mask. I believe I remember seeing some nice repeating patterns. Like interwoven fabric. Oh, right there. What is this? Textures. Right. There's a stitches tool. That's cool. I don't think I need stitches for the time being. There we go. Let's give it a black mask and only affect this region right here. All right. That looks weird. I think that is actually... Oh, damn it. That's in the high poly model. I forgot to smooth out this little seam. Whoops. Let's go over here. Sculpt. I think that's the byproduct of me doing an inversion while the multi-res material was still, modifier was still on. Because multi-res stores its own sculpting data. And then if you start messing around with the original mesh, the multi-res kind of goes, I don't know what this is. Okay. Maybe I'll tone this down a little bit as well. Okay. Come on, go away. All right, let's hope I don't have to do too much. Okay. Nice. All right, let's take a look at these patterns. So it's like snake skin. That's looking cool. Germs. We got germs. Let's try this. Hmm. Okay. Now let me try adding levels here. Okay. Hmm. It looks too much like a sweater. A poop sweater. We could try, actually, we could try this. But give it levels. Then crush one of the colors. Something like this. Huh. Interesting. I know that it's just an illusion, but it kind of looks like the texture is flowing with the creases. That's fascinating. Triplanar projection. That's not so fascinating. I'm in the wrong texture. Okay, that's on the other side too. We don't have to worry about that. I'd say that's a good start. Angular assets textures. That's not the right project. We are doing... No, go up. Sublunaris. Man, I am just... Whew. Brain not worky. Player hands. Cool. Maybe what we can do is color the hands orange. Although, hold on a sec. Oh, that's, excuse me. Wrong object. Let's go low poly. So we did mark this loop. Did we mark this loop? Yes, we did. Okay. So that means I should be able to make wrist and then give it a black mask. We're going to make it just dark. And the black mask is going to occupy only this part. Yes. Okay. And then I'm going to remove it from this. Uh-huh. Nice. Now, hands-wise, I'm thinking orange gloves. Not too bright of an orange. Okay. Yeah, pattern on the hands doesn't look too great. Hmm. That could work. It's not orange. Also, that works. Sure. I don't like the fact that they're all dark, though. Damn it. Goddamn Blender shortcuts, man. Keep pressing F to change the size of the brush. Okay. Control, right click, up, down. Okay. Can I just do like a straight line? Thank you. Okay. So this one, on the height channel, we're going to tell it to replace. Replace the data entirely. Okay. I like the idea. Don't like the execution. Hmm. Too intricate. We'll play as a crash dummy. There we go. Okay, well, it's on a separate layer, so if we don't like the way it looks in the game, it's just a matter of opening up the project and changing it up. Okay. I am actually thinking maybe the tips could be different color. Goddamn dual axis selector. Substance. Okay, now what do we want to use here? I think same thing with the normal. It'll be replacing the normal data. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, because everything is done with fill layers, I can always just change the colors. Alrighty. Let's get something fancy in here. Wool. This is actually where maybe the fingers should be given more texture space. Even though technically the wrist is closer to the camera. Yo! What's up? Mm-hmm. Okay. Good, how are you? I'm good. I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking. Okay, so here's what I want to know. Just out of curiosity, if I were to go here, take these low poly hands, take these islands and reduce them in size. Let's see if we can get the fingers to occupy more space. Yeah, okay. We don't need to resize them. That's the whole point. And then we're going to pack to others. Beautiful. All right. Get this exported. This may or may not mess up our texture. Okay, so let's re-import. Yep, and did I export? Hold on. Oh, damn it. I messed up. This is the low object. And this is the high poly object. Okay. Re-import. Okay, there we go. So that's, yeah, that's messed up now. But that is okay. The texture does look higher in resolution. All I gotta do is rebake it here. Okay, that's done. Return to paint. And yeah, there we go. So all the texture pieces are in the same space, same place. But the hands now have more room to display more detail. So that's good. Okay. Cool. I think that's enough. Okay. Let's get this exported. This is layer hands. Export texture, and we're going to be using our new Godot combined preset. There we go. And this goes to Sublunaris. Engine. Models. No. Engine textures. Godot combined. Yes. Okay. Beautiful. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to rig it up here. It's the high poly. We don't want to do that. Low poly. Uh-huh. Give it a material. Hands. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Sublunaris, engine, textures, substance, player hands, albedo. I'm gonna go by. Sounds good. Cool. All right. I mean, we might as well, since we're here, let's go get maybe also the normal map. This has to be data, non-color data. That has to be color. There we go. Nice. And I suppose since we're here, that's gonna be a lot. Okay. RGB. RGB. How do we break apart? Decompose. Split. Nope. All right. You know what? That's fine. This is not important. This is the hand. I just realized that we actually had made VR hands. We made a separate set of hands for the use in VR. And it's not the same hand. That may or may not be a problem. Okay. So what we need to do now is we need to set up our character rig. Okay. I'm gonna do so relative to the floor. There's animation retargeting. Animation retargeting, like what? Storing the animation in a separate file. So if you have two rigs, you can reuse the animation in theory. In theory, yeah. Retargeting is only good and is only easy in theory. Unfortunately, that's the case. Okay, let's set up armature. Root. Okay. This bone's going to be the control bone. Okay, trying to move. Thank you. Okay, now we know right away that there's going to be some shenanigans we're going to have to deal with. Like wrist twist. Just going to place that right here. We're going to make sure that this bone is non-deform. Actually, no, it does have to be deform. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. This is right. Okay, so the wrist twist is going to be a child of the lower arm right. And then I think, yeah, and then this is the wrist. Oh man, how many times have I gone through these naming this week? Oh. I just realized we don't have as much geometry here. We never made more dense geometry for this, for the fingers, the place where the finger bends. So that may or may not be a problem. Hmm. Okay, let's see if we can fix the bone roll. Because right now, all the bones are looking down. The x-axis are looking down. Okay. Now, on the wrist, looks okay. On the fingers, not so much. Okay, that's more like it. Except it's not perfect. Okay, now we get to name everything. You know, if we create the bones in a particular order, then we can technically write a plugin that goes through the bones in that order, and assuming the order is the same, renames them automatically. All right. Just gonna double check. Oh. Godot's hand tracking feature. Is Godot's hand tracking camera based, or is it, you know, the Valve Index finger detection based? Thumb and thumb tip. Ooh, okay, cool. I do need to give this a small bias so it knows where to bend. Yep. Requires specific bone orientation and the hand skeleton. That's fine. I don't think we need anything of the sort. That's a bit of an overkill. Maybe someday. Considering not every controller supports it, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of pointless. What am I gonna give Valve Index special, you know, special priority? I'm sure that's what Valve wants, but shit, man. Technically, the Quest controller can detect hand proximity before you even press. So maybe it could be interpreted in the same way. But I think right now the use case is not super. Like, I got nothing. I got no mechanics that need to use this right now. Okay. Quest does have hand tracking with the camera. Right. But that's not the same as. Like, Valve Index doesn't have hand tracking. You have to have a separate sensor for it. Symmetrize. Okay, that middle finger doesn't seem quite right. If you wanted to play with it. Got it. Yeah, maybe eventually we'll have some project. Let's try that again. Symmetrize. Okay, so this should be L, lower arm L. Nice. Okay. Now, moment of truth, so to speak. Take the hands. Control P. Automatic weights. And then let me make the bones be sticks and always in front. Let's make sure we're working local axis. Okay. It's a little stretchy. Right, it's a little stretchy. Kind of makes that solid plate look not so solid. But hey, I don't think hands do that. That's a very broken arrangement of fingers. But it does follow. Let's see. Oh, that's not good. Wrist. This is left. Copy to selected. Okay, that's much better. And also, where's the wrist twist bone? Did it not get copied? Oh. I don't think it got copied. Okay. Let's get back. Yeah, let's fix up this stuff. First of all, you belong to the wrist. Why are there two of you? Right. Also, I'm not sure how we ended up with two root bones. That seems a little incorrect, if you ask me. Okay. What about this thing? What's happening here? There we go. Okay. What the shit? Where's my wrist twist bone? Wrist twist. Oh, it's comma R. That's why. Whoopsie. All right. Thank you. There it is. Okay. So now... Mm-hmm. Okay. Right, so that's the idea. We need to do a little bit of painting right now. Okay, so we do that, and then... Actually, could we do a gradient? Yeah, it's gonna do a gradient on stuff we don't want the gradient to be in. So let's do this. Just kind of equalize it. So if we do RYY, you know, that works even without that bone moving. But if I do it like this, like we have an arm flipped, then we can do a little bit of this. It still loses a lot of volume though. So I feel like, what? We have to use 2 bones? Dear God. How do we preserve this damn volume? Jeez. Well, okay. I mean, I'm not keeping in mind where the elbow is, so let's just do this. EY. Okay. So this is left. Elbow. Dot L. This is a non-deformed bone. Elbow.R. Non-deform. There we go. Technically, the whole R should be rotating. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe I got some weird joints because I can twist my arm. Like I can twist my lower part of the arm. Can't rotate lower arm only. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. And it's like maybe who knows? Maybe we got alien skeleton. Yeah, of course you can. Put your elbow on your chair, right? Like your armrest, and then you can twist your hand. Your upper arm's not moving and rotating, right? The lower arm, it rotates, well, not even a bit, again. Like there's two parallel or two perpendicular, no, parallel, two parallel bones in your forearm, and they twist around, flip positions, allowing your lower arm to twist. So yeah, if you put your elbow on like a desk or table or your chair, armrest, you can twist your arm and your upper arm's not moving or rotating. Mr. Anatomist. I'm the concept boy. I'm the boy who concepts. Okay. Cool. So now we need to set up the inverse kinematics. Okay, so we're going to go pose mode. IK. So only two bones up the chain. The target is wrist.r. The pole target is elbow.r. Now, this bone actually needs to be disconnected because if it controls the inverse kinematics and it's a part of that inverse kinematics chain, that is going to spell trouble. Okay. So, back to pose mode. IK. Up the chain. Ooh, come on. Wrist.L. And then elbow.L. All right, so. Oh, yeah, that right there is a good example of why that's not going to work. Let's see. Edit. Okay, so I think we need to make this part of root. I think before I would make something like part of control bone, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to, if I want to animate the character doing some wild stuff like getting in and out of the ship, or their body kind of like traversing through space, and then touching stuff or grabbing on a handle and then moving themselves through you know, like pulling themselves, then I'm going to have to make sure that these bones are children of root, which is this one, and that's control. I don't know how that happened, but okay, there we go. Because then, take this bone, take that bone, root, and then copy to selected. Okay, so now, in pose mode, we can take this arm, we can make it grab something, and then just move the body through like this. Cool. Okay. Clear transforms all. Alright, so technically, I need to hide these bones. This one can stay because this is a shoulder. Okay, and we already have a bit of a problem here. And that's because this elbow is a little, if you know what I mean. 180? It's never really 180. No, actually, no, we're... yeah, that works. Beautiful. Whew. No wonder that character rigging is like a whole separate career. You know, you got mocap, modeling, rigging, animation. 4 separate career types. Jeez. Well, there we go. We got it. So, if this is what we have, there's going to be a bit of a conundrum. A bit of a conundrum. Oh yeah, we need the camera. That's right. There's going to be a bit of a conundrum with what? Between, let's say if you're equipping a tool, like a mining apparatus, you're equipping a tool, your player hands should technically grab it and hold it. Right? Your player hands should grab it and hold it. Okay, but what if you then have to move through space? Well, we have a bunch of joysticks on the sides of your floating vessel, and the joysticks are what you grab in order to move forward and backward. So the hands, if they're touching this tool, there's no joysticks, right? So what exactly is moving? And how are you moving the vessel? Okay, let's get the camera. And let me just quickly take a look at the player regular camera, which is this one here. Okay, this FOV is 80. So, we go back here. First of all, we're going to tell this camera to have field of view of 80, and the camera settings are based on vertical size, which is what we need to do to match it with Godot, apparently. Okay, we're going to give it child of. Okay, no scale. Alrighty. And there we go. We have now set up a nice little setup here, Blender file, for handling FPS player animations. Now imagine we do all this work, only to realize that our thumbs are upside down, or on the wrong sides. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Oh, okay. Right, we haven't set up the weight painting on this bone correctly. Wrist twist right. Yeah, no. Too much. Well, here we go. We got it. About 2.5 hours. It was about 2 hours to model high poly, retopologize, UV unwrap texture. Or technically, yeah, it's about like five and a bit hours. Whew. I thought I was gonna be done in an hour. It's, you know, it is what it is. Cool. This is damn game devs with their overestimations. Okay. So, I think I'm gonna end this here, and then we're gonna return later on to take a look at placing it into the actual game. Cool. All right. That's it. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll continue in the next one.